Hey guys, welcome back to the Meat Cutting Academy. My name is Brian, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about pork tenderloin. Now, when you buy this from the grocery store, these are usually pre-trimmed pretty well, so we're not really going to be doing a butchering video. We're actually going to be doing a cooking video today. I'm going to show you how to clean this guy up. It's pretty minimal, so let's go ahead and jump right into the process. Alright, let's not forget about our cutting protection. You always want to wear something to protect your hands when you're cutting meat, so I always recommend you use something. All of my main stuff is left at work. I forgot to bring it home with me for this video, but today I'm using this cut-resistant cloth glove, which is okay, but sometimes when you use gloves like this, you can get a lot of protein buildup in the cotton inside the gloves here. So these aren't optimal, but they'll protect your fingers and your hand. Alright, let's cut this guy open, which I've already done. Now these generally come with, when you're buying these, this is Chairman Reserve pork tenderloin. When you're buying these generally come 2 per package, and you'll notice some fat right here. We're not too terribly worried about that fat. What we kind of want to get off is the silver skin right there. That's going to make it a little tougher. It's really not that necessary to remove that, but let's go ahead and do that anyway. What you're going to want to do is take a nice sharp knife, go underneath the silver skin, puncture underneath through the other side, and angle it slightly up, peel, and then take your knife. I kind of got a little bit of meat right there, but kind of angle your knife up. That's kind of an exaggerated angle, but up like that, and just kind of cut along there, and nice and clean. So just go ahead and do that along the whole thing here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If you get some meat on there, it's not the end of the world, but you do want to remove this. Sticky pork. I'm actually pretty impressed by this knife. It's a Pit Boss knife. I think my wife got this for me for Christmas, I'm pretty sure. Forgot who got that for me, but it's really one of my first times using this. Works out pretty well. Okay, almost done here. Really hard to grab with this cotton glove on. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. I think everything else is good. This is just some fat right here. You don't have to worry too much about that unless you want to. If you want it nice and clean, that's fine. You can remove that. But what we're going to do is, I've got a pot right here. I've got about a liter of water, so about 4 cups of water. I've got about 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. We're going to throw that in there. I've got about 1/2 cup of, this is sea salt. You can use whatever salt you'd like. I'm going to dump that in there. So go ahead and give that a good mix. Make sure that salt is nice and incorporated in there. Doesn't have to be super perfect. Get that all nice and mixed up. Probably good. So we've got our pork tenderloin in here. We're going to let that brine for about 3 or 4 hours, and I'll show you the next step when we get back. Alright, so I've got our tenderloins here. What you're going to want to do is move this stuff out of the way here. We're going to take our tenderloins out. We're going to wrap it up in paper towels to dry them off really well. Off really good. Get all the moisture out of it because we're going to stick it into a this frying pan here that has clarified butter in it, or actually ghee. They're pretty similar, and it's going to pop really a lot if you put this in there while it still has moisture on it. Okay. Let's get some more paper towels here. Just about dry. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Gonna do one at a time here. First I want to see if my pan is cooled down. It was 400. 268. Let's turn it up a little bit. Well, that's getting up to temp. Let's go ahead and put on some black pepper and some salt. I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this on there. Get some salt in there. Pretty good. I'm using the Mediterranean sea salt from Costco. Now we're going to flip it over and season the back side. Okay. Get that all nice and coated. Some salt on there. Alright. See if we're up to temp now. We're looking for 365 degrees on the pan here. I think that's pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and stick it on now. We're just trying to get a nice sear on this. Okay. Oh yeah, looking good. Slight change of plans. I had to switch burners here. The other one ran out of fuel, so here we're right here. Alright guys, now we're going to take it off of the burner here. And we're going to put it on the smoker. Stick these guys in there. Okay, I've got the smoker set to 400 degrees. We're going to cook this until it's done, until the internal temp on these pork tenderloins gets to 145 internal temp. Okay. Alright guys, so we got an internal temp of 146 right now. Let's go ahead and pull these guys off of here. It's going to be hot. Go ahead and power down the smoker. There we go. Alright guys, while this is resting, I was going to let you guys know kind of where I've been since last August, September, around there. I forgot when my last video was before my one I put out last week. But me and my wife actually bought a house, and it's not far from where our old house was. And we knew the owners of the property, and we sent them an email. Nobody's been living here for the past 2 or 3 years, so we sent them an email, worked out a deal, and we wound up buying the house. And the property needed a lot of like outside kind of maintenance stuff. a ton of overgrown things around the property, and some of the siding had some dry rot I had to fix, and just make the house a little bit more livable and more comfortable. The inside is actually, it was great. There's nothing wrong with the inside at all. It was mainly outside stuff. I kind of got a little carried away and did more than I really had to in those first, in the first few months. So I'm not trying to make excuses why I haven't posted a video. It's just, that having a family, it was kind of time consuming, but now that we're kind of at a calmer part of our lives right now, I think I'm going to start making more videos on a weekly basis. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I have a dedicated studio. It was classified as like an art studio behind the house that we live in, and that's part of the property. And so I'm going to make it my studio for my meat cutting tutorials, and then down below where I'm at right now is a little overhang where I'm going to have probably summer meat cutting videos I'm going to shoot down here, along with my smoker and all that stuff. So a lot of plans this year. Hopefully they come to fruition. So anyway, that's kind of where I've been at. So I think these are probably about done, getting cooled down now. So let's go ahead and see what these are like. It's my first time brining a tenderloin, so we'll see how it turned out. Now the first piece is probably going to be dry, so I'm going to go more towards the center. And I'm expecting the interior on this to be a little bit pink, because when you brine something, it retains the color usually. So it's going to be more of a pink color, even though we have an internal temp of 145. And I've watched a lot of professional cooking shows where they talk about how pork is safe to eat at 145. So I encourage you guys to check that out for yourself. Don't take my word for it, but they were saying that trichinosis hasn't even been a thing in the United States for like over 50 years. So I'm going to go ahead and take their word for it. Don't take mine. Do your own research. But it's actually not bad. It's more of a light, very, very slight pink. Not pink at all. Not too pink. Let's see how that brine made this taste. Man, that is really good. I wasn't expecting that to be that good. Such a simple thing too. You just gotta try this. It is amazing. Alright guys, I think that's the end of the episode. I will see you guys later. Make sure you guys like, subscribe if you haven't already, if you like the video. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought. Alright guys, see you on the next one.